What's up, guys? It's your boy JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS, back with another video to help you make money on PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, and many other platforms tonight. But first, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos, and check out that pinned link in the comments below. That's where for $14.99 a month, you'll find a Patreon link that'll get you instant access to our Discord, where you'll find all the tips, advice, players to tail, tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed on PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, and many other platforms tonight. So as you can see, we primarily focus on PrizePicks. I did want to make that very clear. We've had some questions about, how much Underdog and the other platforms do you do? We do plenty of it, but our bread and butter, our main platform that we use in all the videos and what we typically base our picks on and then kind of go from there is going to be PrizePicks. So just to clear that up, that's what we're doing. We've got 4 more really nice props for you today. 2 for baseball, 2 for football. We are on if I'm not mistaken, an 8-2 run right now with our YouTube videos. I told you a couple videos back when we weren't doing so hot with the YouTube picks that we were going to turn it around, and here we are, boys. So, these 2 baseball picks, insert them in, use the full 4-man that I'm going to give you. Just use the football picks, just use the baseball picks, do a mix and match, kind of a Frankenstein deal, whatever you want to do. We're putting these out here for free for you guys to tail. They're all on the right side of the bet, or in other words, Vegas thinks they have very good odds to hit. Whenever you see odds that say, and I know a lot of you guys out there rolling your eyes thinking, why are you even going over this? Well, there's a lot of people that are using PrizePicks that are brand new to this prop betting thing. They've come to us and they're watching our videos because they're not sure of what they're doing. And you know what? That's okay. We've all been there. We were all beginning, no matter how seasoned of a veteran you are at this point, we all started somewhere, right? Got to work your way up to the top. So let's go over some of the basics for these guys so they understand, guys and gals, pardon me, so you understand where we're coming from and what some of these, what some of the terminology that I'm using, some of the jargon that's coming out of my mouth here, what that means. So real quick, if you see a minus before the number when it comes to odds, that means Vegas or whatever platform that, because PrizePicks obviously doesn't work that way. You pick a prop, over, under, that's it. When you're prop betting in Vegas or any other major sports book, basically you'll get, you won't get nearly as much of a payout, all right, when it says minus. If it says plus, that means the odds are that it's likely to not hit, in their opinion. So, a smaller bet would get you a bigger payout. So we're always going for, and now the approach that we use, the way we do things to maximize profit here on PrizePicks and some of the other platforms that don't actually have the prop betting, in a typical sense like Vegas or some of the other sports books, is we look at the ones that you would get negative money for from a major sports book or Vegas, because those are the ones that they are saying are very likely to hit. So that's the deal. That's what we're doing. We're looking for that value. We're looking for those great odds. In other words, anything that's minus 120, minus 130 or above, that's where we want to be. All 4 of these are at least minus 130 or above. Let's get started. Let's get into it. Pretty simple on the baseball picks, guys. Runs scored is a great category that we really like to take advantage of. Especially in the playoffs. Some games are high scoring, some games aren't. Some games have a lot of offense, some don't. We're expecting quite a bit of offense today from both games. We've got both playoffs games happening this evening. One at 4:07 Central Time, anyway, from where I am in Texas. And that first prop that we're going to put up on the board is Trey Turner to go over 1/2 run. Okay, so let's take a look. Ooh, look at all them green beans, baby. He has been on fire, absolutely killing it. All 5 of his last 5, all these are going to be playoff games. He has failed to score a run yet. Or he hasn't failed to score a run yet, excuse me. I'm getting all mixed up and tongue twisted here. So, as you can see in the last game against this same opponent, 2 runs. The game before that against this same opponent, 1 run. Atlanta before that, the series that they won to get into this championship series, Atlanta won. Atlanta the game before that, 2. Atlanta the game before that, 1. So an average of 1-4. If we're at 0.5, that's pretty simple, right, guys? This is an elimination game for these guys. They win this, they move on to the World Series. I absolutely see Trey Turner getting 1 run scored today. I guess it's not tonight technically, but today against Arizona. They've got a good pitcher on the mound in, I'm not even going to try to say that man's name, P-F-A-A-D-T, Fat. Let's call him Fat, right? Brandon Fat. So Trey Turner will be scoring a run today. I'm super confident in that. Lock it in, right? There's your first one. Second one is also going to be a run scored prop, and that's Marcus Semien to go over 1/2. So again, we got some green beans, a little bit shorter, cut off at the tips, right? Only game that he's failed to score a run in his past 5 was game 1 against Houston. He's the leadoff guy for Texas. Now, a lot of times in baseball, we might not have quite as many baseball fanatics out there as we do basketball, football, and some of the other major sports. But your best chance to score a run is going to be from the guy who, first of all, makes the most plate appearances, and second of all, is one of your faster guys, who's a contact guy who's going to get on base, maybe gets a lot of walks, whatever it takes to get on base and have people behind him with big bats that can bring him around to score, right? Marcus Semien is the perfect person to be in that position. He's the leadoff guy. He bats right in front of Corey Seager, the man, the myth, the legend, the absolute beast, Corey Seager. So Marcus Semien to score a run today, super, super likely. I love it. Lock it in. Those are your 2 baseball picks for today. Very simple, very straightforward. Not a whole lot to them. Again, both great odds according to Vegas. So boom, make it happen, boys and girls. So let's move on to our NFL, what everybody's waiting for, right? So Thursday night football, let's get it. So excited. Trevor Lawrence may very well be out tonight, so that kind of throws a little bit of a monkey wrench into what we would normally do, just because we have such a vast knowledge of what's going on with these guys. Who knows whether he's going to play tonight or not? They have not announced. We were kind of trying to wait to see if that would happen, and we just haven't gotten any word as far as a rock-solid answer yet whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. Let's get into our picks for NFL. The first one is going to be a receptions prop. We did have Chris Olave to go over 4.5, but as you can see, he's bumped. Still a great play at 5, I think, but we really like to avoid these even numbers like this. Right here at this 5, or any of them that have a 0.0 at the end. And the reason for that is a few reasons. Number one, they've already bumped, right? And what that means is basically PrizePicks has taken the knowledge that they have. They've seen that a lot of people, either a lot of people are jumping all over the prop at the 4.5 or whatever it may be, 3.5, 2.5, and bumped it up because so many people have picked it, right? So if you get, let's say we had him at 4.5, right? Let's say he gets 5. Well, if you had him at 5 and he gets 5, that's a push, right? That's you get nothing. Now that doesn't kill your ticket, but it does take away that opportunity for more profit. And let's face it, that's why we're all here, right? That's why we play this. Of course, it's fun. It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't care if I make money or not. It's kind of true for me because I love doing this so much. But most people are here to make money, and that's my goal, is to get you guys to make money. So we're going to avoid this for right now. I'm not sure whether they're even going to need him, especially with Trevor Lawrence possibly being out, to get this many receptions. So we're going to go ahead and leave that one alone for right now. What we are going to go with is Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions. Now let's take a look at Rashid Shaheed. His history is a little bit suspect as far as this, but anyone who's been watching football here, in the beginning of the season, knows that Rashid Shaheed, every game is getting more and more run. He's getting more looks. He's getting more attention from Derek Carr and maybe even Taysom Hill. I always want to call him Tatum. You can tell I miss basketball, right? So Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions. Let's see. So he's gone over this in 2 of his last 5. as you can see here. What is this? October 15th, September 20th. Okay, guys, here's another perfect example of why you should not go. Golly. Why you should not look. Yeah. Why you do not want to go by PrizePicks. And I promise, I'm just seeing this. I didn't even look at this before because we don't look at last five with good reason. So this guy, it's not Rashid Shaheed's fault. It's PrizePicks. October 15th, was that their last game? Yes, it was. He had 2 receptions, so he didn't go over this. Let's see. September 24th against Green Bay. Man, you got to go all the way down here. Why don't they have these 2 games? What's going on, PrizePicks? What are you trying to pull? This is a perfect example, guys, of, and again, not planned. I did not see this before, primarily because we do not look at last 5 for this reason right here. PrizePicks is shady. They're gonna try to throw you off your game. They're gonna give you false information in the last 5. Never ever base your picks on what you see in PrizePicks last 5. You got to think about this, right? Why would PrizePicks provide you with accurate information if their goal is for you to lose? Simple as that. Always use your StatMuse. Always use ESPN, whatever it may be. You can use tons of different outlets as far as stats and history. StatMuse is the one I really kind of go to the majority of the time. Or even NFL.com, the NFL app, whatever it may be. All you have to do is look up the guy's name and see what he's done in his last 5. Do not, I repeat, do not go by what PrizePicks provides you as far as a last 5 as evidence for or against whatever prop you may be choosing. That's a mistake. Don't do it. PrizePicks, you shady, and you know it. But you're not fooling us. No, sir, not today. Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions. Again, let's take a look at his history. Let's ignore this, punks, and look here. So 2 of his last 5, he has gone over this reception mark, right? Against Houston, he had 6 targets. Only brought in 2, but that was for 85 yards, right? Against New England, only had 2 targets, caught both of them. Against Tampa Bay, had 7 targets, caught 3. So he went over here. Against Green Bay, only 2 targets, didn't catch either one of them. But on that Monday night, that's where he had his most productive nights, not as far as targets, but as far as receptions themselves. Caught 4 balls, so went well over what we need him to tonight. I think he's going to be a lot more involved in the game plan tonight. I think they're going to be just kind of, I think they're just going to be joking around with the Jacksonville defense, if you ask me. And as far as clowning around and doing some trick plays and just kind of seeing what they can get away with, Rashid Shaheed is the way to go. That's who I would use if I was the New Orleans Saints, and I absolutely fully expect him to go over this 2.5 receptions tonight against Jacksonville. So, and for him to grab 3 balls, three catches, guys. Really not that much. Again, as you can see, his production has jumped up, or his involvement in the offense too. If you watch the game, yeah, you can look at all these numbers you want, but I try to watch every game possible, or at least check out Red Zone, because of course some of these games are going on consecutively, so it's impossible, literally impossible to watch them all live. But I do my best to watch all of it. And, man, Shaheed, they've really stepped up his involvement in the offense a lot, right? So expect him to get over this 2.5 receptions tonight. I'm going to try not to ramble as much as possible. That's kind of what I do. Sorry about that. So far we got Trey Turner over 1.5 run, Marcus Simeon over 1.5 run, and Rashid Shaheed to go over 2.5 receptions. Our 4th and final pick for tonight is going to be a tackles and assists prop, and that's Carl Granderson to go over 3.5 tackles and assists. So let's take a look at what he's done in his history. Of course, they don't have a last 5 for this on PrizePicks, because why would they want to help you make money? That's the opposite of what they want to do. Let's look over here. Since it's a tackles and assists prop, you definitely want to go. You don't want to make the mistake of looking here and saying tackles. Oh, well, he hasn't gone over this one time, right? No, not even once. No, it's tackles and assists. So what you want to look at here is combined. This COMB or comb, that's combined tackles and assists. That's the prop we're looking at, tackles and assists. So let's take a look here. He has gone over this in 4 of his last 5. All 4 of his last 4 games, he's gone over this mark, right? At defensive end, it's kind of, we did have a little bit of hesitation when we were looking at the odds, because that's what we kind of base our picks on whether or not to go with Granderson, him being a defensive end. But, you know, he's obviously very involved in the defense, puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback, also stuffs some of those outside run plays. You know, so for him to get this is obviously very likely, right? We're looking at, you know, tackles for loss is something that he's been big on in the last 2 weeks. He got 3 against New England 2 weeks ago and then 2 against Houston last week. So, man, you know, this just seems like a super likely prop to go over here for us, right? Last 4, he's gotten it, no problem. In fact, he got 6 last week against Houston. So let's go ahead and pop in Carl Granderson over 3.5 tackles and assists. Now, we're looking at a 4-man that is just, to me, just looks juicy, right? I love it. I think you'll love it. I think we're all going to make some money on this tonight. You know, it's as simple as that. Let's make it happen, guys. So I need you to do a few things, right? If you like our picks here, definitely check out our Discord. $14.99 a month, right? Past that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos, and check out that pinned link in the comments below. It's a Patreon link where for $14.99 a month, you'll get all the tips, advice, players to tail, tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed on PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, and many other platforms tonight. Let's get that money, y'all. Let's go. Come join the Discord. You know, I'm JohnPick for Sharp Bets DFS. Let's get that money, son.